strikes me that the most important thing that you've done here is instill belief in everybody, not just the players, the staff, the people are out on the car park. How have you done that?
But I changed less than you can imagine. I just try to say, to explain what was my perspective from Italy, from my home, no? And normally from the another perspective, you can see the situation in different way. And the situation was very sad as a atmosphere, as a confidence, but the truth was very important player, great players, great people as a player, as a guy, and just to give confidence, to give enjoy with the ball, not too much.
It's been very interesting listening to some of your senior players talk about you since you've arrived, and what they are saying is that you are very much about the team and the squad, but you spend a lot of time understanding individuals. Do you think that's something that often gets forgotten in football, that teams are made of individuals and you need to understand the psychology of each individual?
But this is my style as a coach, because as a coach, I show what I am as a man, and I believe in the relationship. I believe in the relationship with the players, between players and coach, between staff, between all people who work inside in this club, and not just in Tottenham, but in Marseille, in everywhere I work it, no? Sometimes in football you can forget, no? The relationship are the key, are crucial in the level of the performances.
If you get good relationships at all levels, can it help solve other problems sometimes? In other words, what I'm trying to say is you don't have to always solve everything with a big check.
Yes, I think if you are clear, if you are honest, if you are correct with the players, I think the players are human, are good guy, and you can build a good relationship. And through the relationship, good relationship, you can find results in the style of play, in the principle of the style of play you want to transfer. To understand when you have to help the players, when you have to push and to demand something more, when you have to be strong, because sometimes you have to be strong. But this is the coach, the life of all coaches work like this.
And when we look at relationships, I think back, I did your first home game here when you drew with Brighton, and when we got the team sheet, there was the name of James Maddison, and I think you knew and we knew that he wouldn't get any minutes on the pitch, but how important was it to harness his spirit and leadership to help you in that group, and what's it done for that group?
For that I wanted him on the bench with Brighton, in Wolverhampton, and in Villa Park. I knew he couldn't play, but he's very important. If he plays, if he doesn't play, on the pitch, outside of the pitch, is very important. I hope he can be available. Now he's available, but you have to consider the physical condition, the rhythm and the intensity of the Premier League is not so easy. But we have others leader as Betancourt, Mickey van de Ven is younger, but he's a leader. João Palhinha is another leader. Pedrito Porro, I think, is a big leader. Yeah.
It's interesting to hear you talk about leaders and what you've seen in here, because there was a time before your period here, people said, oh, Tottenham's problem, nobody wants to lead, nobody wants to be the captain. Are there more leaders in this camp than people would believe from outside?
I don't know. I am a coach and I decide now, and I consider them, these players, leaders. Pedro Porro, Van de Ven, Madison, Palinha, and Betancourt, and maybe I forgetting some other players. I consider them leaders. Anyway, in different way, they are positive now, and especially they are a top player.
And can leadership come in many forms? I'm thinking of the likes of Kinski, who had such a dreadful night in Atletico Madrid. That could have gone one way or another for a player's career. How much maturity and leadership has he shown in the way he's come back from that?
I'm so happy about Kinski, but he's playing very well. But I'm telling you about the personality, the spirit, the behavior he showed until now. He has been fantastic, not for the sake in Wolverhampton, but he has been fantastic about the reaction he showed after Madrid. Because after Madrid, we can just imagine what he spent, what was very tough for him. And all of us, we are very happy about his last performances.
It's been interesting listening to you talk, particularly about the last two victories and how you should view them. You have every reason to be confident, but you've also mentioned a lot about staying humble. How important is those two things marrying, being together, being humble, but also being confident?
But I think it's the secret, but it's not so difficult to reach this balance, because we have to be confident, we have to be positive, more than positive, realistic, I think. Not positive and not negative, realistic. And we have to observe the situation very clearly. But at the same time, we can't forget what the situation has been until 2 weeks ago. And we can't forget how was tough to accept that situation. So we must remain humble, hungry, because the season is not finished yet. It's not finished after Villa Park, and this is still very tough. We have the qualities. I think we are trying to find the condition to win some games in a row, but we can speak, we can say a lot of words, but football is very nice because there is a pitch, and on the pitch you have to talk.
What has changed? Certainly we're hearing from Tottenham fans, you've brought optimism to them, and it's interesting to hear you say that people mustn't forget. If you do achieve your goal of staying in the Premier League this season, is it really important that people going into next season, whatever decisions are made, you think we must never allow this to happen again to this football club and not forget what's gone on this year?
Absolutely agree. We have to keep in our head this moment. I think the people who stay in this type of situation become stronger, and for them is impossible forget, no? Because if you spend this time in this situation so sad, so difficult, so tough, if you come over of this situation and you keep in your mind what we have spent in that situation, I think you become stronger and better for sure.
I know you're very keen, and I understand why, to focus just on the next game until everything is secure, but You're a very passionate person. You're very excitable at times in a good way. How much does this club potentially excite you should you achieve what you want to achieve this season?
But now I don't want to lose energy thinking the future. Just to achieve our goal should be great, should be a dream, because when I came or 1 month ago, the situation was tougher than now, but we are not out of the situation yet. The season is not finished, and there are 3 games, and 3 games are many games to play. And for the future, for the plan, for the project, don't worry, I have all clear in my head, but now I don't move the page, and I want to stay focused in this season.
It was very clear from the minute you came in, you never doubted that you were going to lift this club. Other people were always doubting it outside of here. What made you so confident?
No, I don't play. I'm not on the pitch. I can't change from myself everything. I need the players. We need the players. The Tottenham club need the players. Need the players on the pitch, playing well, playing following their qualities. And when I observed the squad, I thought the quality of the players are not the qualities of the players are not to fight of the relegation. The quality of the players are much better than this level. What is the problem? Can happen this season to stay so in this position, no? And I'm working to help the player, to understand the player, to put the player in the best condition to play and to show what they are.
Are you sensing what the rest of us are sensing, that there is a real, not just about results, but a real upward curve in Tottenham's fortunes in what's a relatively short space of time since your arrival?
But after I think after Brighton was clear, but because against Brighton we played very well, we deserved to win. We fought as a big team and as a big people, a great people, but we didn't win. But it's not the moment now to analyze what we have done. It's not finished, and we have to do another 3 games, and then we will do the analysis, general analysis.
We'll finish on the first of those 3 games. How big a test do Leeds provide on Monday night, given what they've achieved this season, having only just been promoted last season?
Yeah, first of all, it will be a great, tough game, because especially in the last month, last 6 games, Leeds played very well. They deserve to reach the safe, no? The second one, we have not won too many games at Tottenham Stadium, and it's not good for us and for our fans. And then we have to see the other teams, but we have to be focused just on us and just on what we can do on the pitch. Yeah.
Roberto, well done so far, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.